One of the things that jiu-jitsu guys are prone to doing that prevents them from being able to throw well is they just put their ass back. Yeah, right, okay. So you imagine I want to kick a soccer ball like that. How far am I going to kick it? Not very, yeah, right? And you've got no reach. As soon as I do this, I can't reach him, yeah? My hips going, I want my hips going forwards, yeah? If my hips are going backwards, yeah, then I'm going to be sitting down and throwing them over you, yeah? Right, pulling them onto you, yeah? So if your butt's back like this, it's going to be very hard to reach his foot. And you don't like reach from here. By the time your foot's halfway there, the judo guy's already thrown you. Yeah? A lot of it comes from watching feet. Yeah? So what happens is you're like, oh, I don't know where his feet are. So you go. And so jiu-jitsu guys learning to throw do this. Bum back and start looking at the feet so they can see where they are. Do you want to know where your feet are? Like under your shoulders. Shoulder comes forward. Where's the foot? Underneath the shoulder. Amazing. So if you look at the shoulders, you know where the feet are. Pretty much. Yeah? But bending, to have a look at it, I'm breaking posture from here. And if I do this with my head, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Right? If I'm going to bend, your whole body bends from there. And it's for a very specific reason. Like quite often you might be hiding your intention from someone. Right? So if I'm bending like this, now you can't see my body, right? Because my head and my body's in the way. Right? If you watch Mifune go to judo, he does it all the time. It's a sneaky little shit. Right? Okay? You'll get some giant guy who does this. And you look at it and you go, why is he putting himself off balance? He's not. He's blocking the vision of his body because the guy's staring at like his head and shoulders now. Can't see anything behind him. Yeah? Right? So you'll go like this and you'll hide what he's going to do. Yeah, and then he'll go sit down and throw him over or whatever he's going to do, usually like dropping throws because he's much shorter than everybody else. But you can use your head here to block, yeah, because you can't see what you're doing. Same reason I do that with the gi. If it's a judo gi, see, bloody jiu-jitsu gi, right? Okay, can't punch him in the face, right? Okay, with a judo gi, you can almost wrap it around their head, right? Which is why they have different rules, right? They want the gis baggies, so the guys can't use them, right? But if your hips are back like this, yeah, my posture's terrible, right? And I'm not going to be able to reach that foot even if I want to from here. Yeah, so getting used to putting your body in there first. You'll see judo guys doing drills where they go all the time. Put your body in, yeah? Right, so if I'm here, for example, and I want to get close to him, and I reach my front foot, look. I'm leaning away, my hips are nowhere near him. Yeah? And this is how a lot of jiu-jitsu guys get thrown. Because they learn Osotogari in the club, and they throw people and stuff a little bit, but they don't do randori or like standing practice. So the first tournament they go, Hoot! And then he just turns and throws you, right? Because you did nothing to this person. And you put yourself on one foot and you wonder why you fell over, right? Okay? So you can reach with your foot out here, but not the way most people do, right? Which is to lift their head as they do it. Yeah? Everything should be forward. Yeah? Head, body, everything driving. Yeah? You're trying to wreck the person. And if you're seeing in really nice judo pictures, right? Usually it's pointed toe in the air. Yeah? Right? It's a sign of a good throw for the most part. Right? And the reason is because when you point your toe, it pushes your hip forward, which is what you want. You want to engage your glutes and drive through like that. Now, the other benefit is, given that you want to kill the person, which is why this was designed, is when you land, you can land flat because you've toe. So you can commit your hip and body to the floor with your toe pointed. But if your toes are like that, you can't. You're going to go toe, knee, hip bone, and it's not going to be nice, which is why I teach you guys when you're doing like gentle throwing from here, and I teach the kids the same, is if we're stepping into throw, we put our shin down, toes flat. So I can't hurt my leg. And it gets you in the good habit of pointing your toes. Same thing here. Open your feet, pointed toe. See how nice it is for me to land on my flat shin? If I put my toes down like that, I don't even want to do it. My ankle feels like it wants to snap. My knee's going to go driving into the floor. Yeah, right? You won't necessarily throw like this, but this is how I teach it for beginners. So they get in the habit and they don't fall. Yeah, there's no falling here. It's nice and gentle. And he just sits. Yeah, but it teaches you to get your toes out of the way. Right. All these little things matter. So when you said, oh, you know, I'd love to just go out and touch the guy and 10 years of nothing but throwing to get to that point. Yeah. The same as in jiu-jitsu, you know, like, oh, I'd love to just do a sweep. 10 years training, you get that. Yeah. Right. So today we just looked at how to get the grips that we like. If they get the grip that they want, what do I do about it? Yes, you can break it off, but I always assume that I can't. What am I going to do? Yeah, and I like this person to be confident. The more confident they are, the more vulnerable they are. So that's why I take this grip through here and then rip over the back. Yeah, and I either step here if that foot comes forwards, or if the other foot's forwards, then I just touch that and sit them down. Yeah. Once they're that far through, sometimes they reach with their left hand for my cuff, for my elbow or something like that. No, sorry, right arm. Like this. Then you can turn it here and launch them if you want. But for the most part in jiu-jitsu, there's no benefit to me doing a giant throw. Because I lose control a lot during the transition in the air. It's hard to not roll over the top if you really commit to it. Whereas the throws that I like from here, I've got nice control on the way through. Yeah, forwards or backwards. You know, and even if I'm throwing from like here, I can think, my favourite thing, yeah, you ready to break for? Because you're going over there somewhere. Right? Right? Okay? And that's what I would do, is I would literally yell and turn my head that way. My whole body's going this way. Yeah? It's totally selling people about the idea of please sit on your heels for me. Because if he thinks he's getting wound into that wall, he's going to lean back. Yeah? So I only got a couple of really clean throws when I was doing jiu-jitsu because I didn't have to. You just go, and just sit the person down. So what I would be doing, slow motion, I'd be going like this. The only thing is my head. And that, what are they watching? My head. Yeah. So that's why it's nice to have two throws. To be able to come in here and to be able to launch the person. Yeah? Because that way you know the start of the throw and you can sell it to them well. Yeah? If you need to do that for whatever reason. You know, someone comes flying at you with a rock, go send them in the next week. Yeah? Right? But if the goal for me is to win a jiu-jitsu fight and be on top, then all I want to do is get him to sit on his butt with his legs open. So when I sit through here like this, shoom, and put him down, I can pass straight away. Yeah. Cool. So I hope that helps a little bit. You guys seem to like doing judo on Saturday mornings. It's kind of fun, right? Okay. because your body's a bit cold, it doesn't want to bend and buckle too much. So remember, don't be scared to practice your walking as well. So just grip up gently, like this, right? Yeah, doing all this sort of stuff. Just so you can get timing of each other, yeah, and you'll learn. I'm going backwards there, right? Okay. That's how you learn your timing. So there's a lot more that goes into throwing than doing the throw. Anyone can stand here with an unresisting opponent, if that's a word, right? Okay? And throw them on the ground. But that's not throwing. Yeah, in the same way that when I'm talking to the white belts, mostly the blue belts actually, heading to purple, is that it's combinations that I want to see. Because that's where the efficiency comes in. If I only could throw this way, and I came in and wound up for it, and he saw it and just based backwards, right? I'd never get that throw. Yeah, right? But by having a throw that goes both ways, yeah, so like maybe to get him to bend forwards, yeah, I chase his foot. So he does that. So like now it's perfect for me to launch him that way. Yeah, right? I like to throw this way obviously because I want him to sit on his back. So I fake this throw because I'm trying to get him to do the work for me. I'm like, hey, I'd really love you to sit on your back with your legs open. Throwing him this way is not going to do that. Yeah, right? It's going to take a lot more effort. So if I can come in and fake that and get him to do all the work for me, that's what I want to do. Yeah? And for like street fighting and self-defense stuff, yeah, I would put double leg takedown at the very bottom of the list of throws that I'd suggest. Yeah? You're exposing your spine, you're putting your head near your legs, you know, like all manner of things can go wrong with it. Yeah? And we're having a conversation like this, upright. Yeah? So if I'm trying to diffuse the situation, but in the back of my mind I'm like, level change, right? Okay? I'm not working with this here, right? And I'm not used to it. If you get used to like level changing and shooting all the time, you'll freak out standing up because you're worried about being taken down. Whereas what you should be worried about is A, getting hit, the distance between you. You know, if I'm talking to the guy, I love to hold their elbow. Like security setting, for example, loud nightclub. Yeah, I'm not going to come up like this front on. Like training dogs teaches you a lot about training people. You don't introduce your dogs head to head on a leash because dogs don't interact like that. They don't walk and go, hey, how's it going? Same as people. You walk up to someone you don't know on the street like this, you're going to freak out. Yeah, right? How do you approach dogs? Don't bend over, just sideways. Or backwards. If it's a dog you don't know, not threatening. They'll walk up behind you, sniff your butt, walk around behind you, walk around your legs. Yeah. Or they're going to bite you in the ass if it's an aggressive dog, whatever. Right? Okay? But if I'm here beside them, loud nightclub, and I walk up and I touch the person here like this, I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I'm not reaching for his head. Hey, security guards that do that. Hey, how you doing? Like, oh, flinches straight away. Yeah? Right? Down here, nice and low. But being able to touch their elbow tells me what their whole body's going to do. Yeah? If he wants to throw his right hand up, I'll feel it straight away. Just by holding this. Because if he wants this coming forwards, he has to do something with this elbow. Any sort of a movement, I'm going to feel it through my hand. And the way that I've positioned my body is slight away from the power hand, touching this side, and I can almost push it because you've got the elbow. Yeah? So understanding, this is an understanding that judo guys get from standing that jiu-jitsu guys don't. Yeah? In self-defense, like he grabs my lapel, like this, and I do my thing, and you know, I learn to do these moves. But you don't understand really how to manipulate people through their elbow. Yeah? In Aikido you do, right? Okay? So if he's holding my lapel, I just want his elbow. Yeah, right? So most things in Aikido come from the elbow. Look, if he grabbed me like that, that elbow's done. Yeah? If it's bent, stick to the outside, away from that other hand. Because everything in Aikido assumes he's got a weapon. He's got a sword or something. So like, he swings a baseball bat at me. Elbows. Samurai sword in the head, elbows. It's all about controlling the elbow. Because if somebody wants to hit you with something, the speed of their elbow is, like, there's no point doing anything with this. I don't care if it's a baseball bat, I don't care if it's a stick or a piece of polystyrene. Yeah? So in Aikido, they don't care what's in the hand. That's why they stand like this. Because they're assuming it's a sword, or it's a staff, or it's something else, or it's a hunk of wood, whatever it is. Or it's a bare hand. You don't know. It's going to be dark, someone's going to attack you. You don't know what's in their hands. You won't even see it. All you see is a movement. Yeah? So you respond to a movement. He goes overhead, on elbow. Nearest elbow. If you control the nearest elbow, you're fine. Yeah? Right? Goes overhead with something, elbow. Even both elbows. That's why people laugh at Helio Gracie's thing where he's got like a chair. He's doing like a chair defense, right? I think he turns it into a throw. So he goes like this over here. I think he grabs here and then throws here maybe, right? But people hit each other with chairs and objects all the time. Like, why would you not think of it as a training? Why would you not include that as part of your training? Yeah? Right? Anyway. We can have a little roll. We've got half an hour till the kids get here. Stay safe on the mat. Don't go too hard. Don't let people stack you because it's cold. Cool? Thank you. 1, 2, 3.